Fine girl. Hey, bro, that video went crazy though. The video I posted. Somebody in my chat just said you a fine girl.
Thank you. Thanks. The transformer.
But listen, TikTok ain't trying to pay.
How many views did it get?
It's sitting at like 110,000. Guess how much I made from that?
$3.
$1.
Hell nah. You got 10K yet? Oh, you got 10K? I mean, I don't know why they.
I don't know whether I gotta wait. I don't know whether like it's gotta take a little second, like 2 days to load. I don't know.
That could be the thing. I think sometimes it do take a little bit, but tell me this: in the last 30 days, you got 100,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you should be Gucci then. I don't know, man. TikTok, I'm on some different shit. I ain't gonna cap you down.
TikTok tripping, bro.
Like before I had all these followers, I'm like, oh, TikTok paying? They talking about, yeah, gang,
You get $1,000, $1,000 million view. Soon as I join the program.
they ain't paying for real.
Hey, bro, that video went crazy though. The video.
But see what we got to pay attention if we come here and we freeze frame. All right. If we freeze frame right here, what's important to understand is, for one, the average watch time, 17 seconds. 17 seconds is his average watch time. And only 4%, 5% of viewers watch the full video. So now it does have quite a bit of playtime still. So don't get me wrong. But you start to see how you got to really get into the numbers and really get into how that video actually performed. Because 17 seconds is going to be hard to monetize. No matter how you cut it, slice it, or dice it. What they're going to put an ad in 2 seconds in. They're going to show an ad on the video every 2 seconds. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype.
I don't care, TikTok, that you constantly want my struggle stories. Sometimes I'm going to share stuff that I am happy about. Show that to people who follow me too. We don't always have to trauma bond. God, dog. And no, I'm not paying to promote. Y'all, they are pitching this pay to promote so hard to me because they know that my content is good, and if y'all saw it, y'all would want to continue to see it. I'm not paying them. Not one cent. So, if you see my stuff, make sure you're like commenting, saving, and sharing, and watching all the way through, if not halfway through. Because if y'all don't, your favorite content creators are being asked to pay to promote their videos to you now. Love you, bye. I don't care.
Yeah, no. I don't think, especially up until a certain point, I wouldn't pay. So when I say a certain point, I would say when you're really growing your audience from the beginning, I don't think you should pay. I think you should prioritize keeping things as organic as possible, because that can also give you a lot of really good feedback into how you need to improve. And really just, it's like you're paying your dues. So I wouldn't recommend paying for a plethora and multitude of reasons, but I think nothing is going to be organic, right? Think about in the music industry, you have people who they call industry plants, and those people don't really last that long. But when you see an artist who has organic following, there's artists still in their 50s that never had mainstream success, but can still go around the world and make money just off of their content, or excuse me, their catalog. And they can even continue to still add to their catalog and have a cult following. And that should be the goal. Now, she mentioned that basically when she posts the negative stuff about her life, it has more success. But when she posts the positive aspects, TikTok isn't pushing it. I don't think that would be a TikTok problem. I think that's just a human nature problem. I think that's because ultimately TikTok is going to push what people are engaging with and what people are showing interest in. And so I think she may have conflated the fact that that's just how people are They would rather see that than see the positive things. I mean, you can just look at the news. If you look at the news, you're going to see a bunch of urgent, sad stories 9 out of 10 times, and maybe every once in a while, every so often, they'll show a good story about a kid that invented something or something of that nature. But I digress. Let's get into the next clip.
Story time. Imagine trying to be a content creator, right? But you believe everything that somebody tell you. So imagine that somebody told you that TikTok stopped paying content creators, right? And you believe them. Somebody who was constantly getting up, posting their videos every single day, 3 to 5 videos, doing whatever they doing, they niche they thereof or whatever it is, every single day. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, you go in there one day and it's having a glitch or whatever it is, and you think, oh my god, with my stuff, I don't see no monetization, I don't see no money, I don't know what to do. Oh my god, TikTok ain't paying nobody. Then you begin to see videos of people saying the same thing. People that you don't even go look at their page and see if they was even getting paid in the first place. There's somebody making a video about what somebody else made a video about. Imagine that being you, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and realize that you click on your back office and everything back over there like normal. All your money, all your deals, all your collaborations, all your everything. You just got some new shit over there. And it is what it is. All it is that TikTok is making you work a little bit harder for your motherfucking money. It's not that they're not paying. They are paying. They still want to pay you. So stop listening to what everybody's saying. And the moral of the motherfucking story is post your fucking content no matter what. Because maybe you might wake up one day and it might be a glitch where they accidentally paid your ass $10,000. Drop money signs in the comment if you believe. Amen.
Nah, I wouldn't count on that. And so she's referring to people basically her stance is that TikTok is making you work harder, which is what we have explored in other videos as far as the RPMs not being what they used to be and actually dropping. And I do pay attention to comments, so I did see a lot of people asking, what are RPMs? RPMs is revenue per mille. So I don't know what mille is, but that's what they define it as. But ultimately, what it is it's how much money you get paid per 1,000 views. That's basically what RPM is. How much they pay you per 1,000 views. So if somebody was getting paid $10 per 1,000 views, now their RPM is something else. And sometimes this can vary too, depending on how long someone watches, right? For YouTube, for example, yes, they have RPMs, but also what matters is the watch time, because the more ads you watch, then the more someone gets paid. So that is a factor as well. But it's just an equation basically to just kind of give you an idea of what you can expect to get paid every 1,000 views. Now, if they're paying less, I think that is definitely going to de-incentivize people who are used to more, and they may just crash out and they may just get off the platform, especially if they just don't find it worth it anymore. You know, if it's a significant percentage drop. And what this does is long story short, it creates opportunities for the people. So the people that she's addressing to say, keep creating, don't stop. They'll probably see a pretty nice jump if they don't stop, because there's going to be so many people getting off. And I don't think that it's going to be replenishing with new content creators at the rate that people are leaving, or in business terms, churning. And churn is just basically losing customers, basically. Long story short. So this could create a very good opportunity. I may get back on TikTok because of the opportunity. I'll let it continue to get a little bit more bad press. And then it can kind of start to look like TikTok from the beginning all over again, possibly, because there may be more room now for new creators to go viral. Because I just don't like their algorithm. I don't think their algorithm is dependable, or there's like a clear way to do it or to use it. So that's what I dislike about TikTok personally.
So I was supposed to make $3,600 from TikTok this month. I brought the app 5 million views. I'm gonna put like a little picture, like maybe right here. They are paying me $57.60. And when I asked them why, they gave me this long explanation. 60 something cents.
Wow.
And when I asked them why, They gave me this long explanation, long story short, saying that all of my views, I have what, 3 videos last month that hit 1 million, and multiple with like 6-digit numbers. Was it $57 and some change? Kid you not. I cannot believe this. And I'm kind of sad because I say it all the time. My rewards that I get from this app, they go straight to my nonprofit. Everything's go straight to my nonprofit. And for me to have to lose that, and now I have to tug on, and I have an event coming up, by the way. Mind you, I have an event coming up. Now I have to go in my bill money. Otherwise, it's going to fuck up this event for me. Because I also have obligations that cost a lot of money that I was expecting to get from TikTok, because I mean, it said I was going to make what, north of $3,500. They took $1,000 off and then took the rest of it off and gave me $50-something. I'm upset.
Let me get this straight. You got to go in your bill money to pay for. I'm guessing it's this that she's posted right here, the Black Party. I guess that's what her nonprofit's about. You got to go in your personal funds in order to pay for a nonprofit party. Let me tell you something. If your nonprofit doesn't have the clear opportunity to recoup that money in donations at the party or the gala or whatever it is, then you may just have to cancel it. I wouldn't go into my personal funds when your TikTok was what was sustaining it and doesn't look like it's going to sustain it. A nonprofit is supposed to bring in donations and bring in money. I understand it seems like she may be raising money with this post to be able to still put on the party. See what you can do, give it a deadline. Maybe have a little donation button with a thermometer where people can track it so they can know, okay, like it's at risk. And, just hedge it by just letting people know, if we don't hit this goal, then I will just refund your money or whatever the case. That'll probably be a accounting nightmare. But yeah, I wouldn't be trying to go in my own pocket unless it's just nothing super significant, at least, but not for a party. I could see if you were trying to, like, if you were helping a family or something and you were just like, well, this family still needed it, so I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to make a donation. But for a party, I don't know. The party, the tickets and the donations at the party should be able to sustain it. So maybe even try to get some commitments or something.
Y'all, everybody mad because TikTok ain't paying no more. I personally just got in the creators reward program, so I'm literally like almost 3 months in, and the little money that I have been making, I'm pretty okay with it. I made a little $100, a little $200, but I just started, and I was like, well, maybe it'll take me a minute to get to $1,000 or whatever. But I do have a couple videos that hit 500,000, and I probably got about $63 or 70 something dollars off my most paid video. But my brother told me, because he's been in the creator reward program for a minute, probably a few years. So he told me that the money was great. And every time I look at everybody, they're saying the money used to be so good. They used to make thousands of dollars off the videos. But they said TikTok has went down. I'm kind of glad that I didn't get in at that time when the money was really great, because I probably would have been mad like everybody else, and I probably would have been
That's a good attitude.
expecting to make something that is not realistic right now. And I'm just kind of glad that I got in when I got in, because everybody that's making $5,000 and $6,000 and $7,000 a month quit their job, not working, and now all of a sudden they have to figure out their whole life because they depended on TikTok.
Well, I think what is helping her is that she can communicate for an extended amount of time clearly. We're only halfway through the video and she's been talking well over a minute, right? Because if you didn't know, I think one of the things that's affecting a lot of people's numbers is the fact that TikTok doesn't monetize anymore if the video is less than 60 seconds. And that wasn't what TikTok was originally designed for. And I think that's been hurting a lot of creators. I literally reviewed a video when a dude was just like, he said his little thing in about 5 seconds, And then he was like, yep. How about Venezuela? Yep. And he just tried to keep pushing it until it hit 60 seconds. But it's clear she can continue to communicate. She can continue talking about something. It's unscripted. So she's probably been seeing success because she can actually capitalize off that new feature where they prefer longer videos. So I think that's really going to be the shift that's going to be happening moving forward with TikTok. It's going to hurt the creators who cannot make longer videos, and the creators who actually can, they will be the recipients and the beneficiaries to be able to take advantage and capitalize ultimately. Let's finish though.
So yeah, I'm kind of glad I got into the program when I did, because the extra couple $100 is pretty much good enough for me, you know, because I might not even been running my business the way I supposed to be running my business if I would have been making 5 or 6 bands a month, 7 bands a month. Baby, I probably wouldn't even opened up the shop. We're not opening today. TikTok has given me 7 bands.
I respect that. We still have more of the video to go, but I think we kind of get the gist. I respect that because she's basically saying I probably wouldn't have been able to handle that and act right if I'd have been getting all that money. And once it would have dropped, I'd have been unappreciative of still some good money coming in. So I absolutely respect that, and it seems like she has exactly what she needs. So more would be good, but she's not necessarily attached to it in that way, which it seems like she may have somewhat of a passion for creating content as well. So that always helps.
TikTok's weird because they really don't want you to get paid. Like, that's not their intentions at all. Because I feel like at the bare minimum, if your videos don't blow, pop, go viral, all that, it should be at least pushed to your followers, because those are the real ones. You know what I mean? Like, that's the community that you're building. Like, your followers are the people who enjoy listening to your takes, hearing what you have to say, all that. So if anything, it should be pushed to your followers, because that's who means the most to the creator. But that's how you know they don't want you to get paid, because let's just say somebody got 100,000 followers. They drop something, they post something, and cool, it don't gotta go viral, but you telling me it can't get bare minimum 30,000 views because it got pushed to their 100,000 followers? We're talking about a third of their followers get to see the video. To be honest, it should be way more than 30,000, but I'm saying bare minimum it should be 30,000. It should be no way somebody with 100,000 followers get like 2,000 views on their video. That makes zero sense.
What he's not, the dots that he's not connecting is the fact that your followers aren't only following you. Just for easy numbers, if somebody comes on TikTok platform and they just hop on for 1 minute, 60 seconds, they may be following 500 other creators. So that means all 500 of those creators are competing for that same 60 seconds that person's on. Because the barrier to entry on TikTok is a lot lower than other platforms. So it's probably a lot more oversaturated, because it's something that just about anybody can do. Anybody can do a story time, tell their story. Anybody can come on begging. Anybody can come on complaining. Anybody can come on just saying, I need some help. And I think a lot of that type of content has very much oversaturated TikTok. And ultimately, you just have to compete, and you got to make sure that you're the most competitive. And you just have to always be iterating and improving and refining so that you can compete for those eyeballs. So I think that's what he wasn't connecting. I don't think that it's that they're not paying or they're not pushing it out. Listen, TikTok is pushing something out to somebody while they're on there. Nobody gets on TikTok and it just goes black and shows nothing. They're being showed something. It's just the fact that maybe their stats showed more interest towards another creator. And so that creator basically beat you out in a tug of war for that person's attention and eyeballs.
I'm back, chilling in my new space, my new office space. So, yeah, I posted a video where I was going to start posting remote-based work from home jobs once I settle in, and that is still in the works. Okay, so I'm still settling in a new space for now, and then I will start to organize myself.
Okay, we're kind of running short on time. This is a long video. I didn't even realize that. But ultimately, the reason why this video attracted me is because of what she put in the description. And I think that can still pretty much give us what we need to go off of to be able to comment on it. So the description reads as follows: TikTok not paying content creators and YouTube creators think they're safe. Okay. Every one of us need to be sure we have the right perspective on who owns whom and what. Use these platforms to market your own business offline and don't depend on them for long-term stability. Google AdSense is who pay content creators, and anything can change that. So let's address that because that's true, and then we'll wrap it up. That's true in a sense, right? But just like how I mentioned in the previous video, how as a content creator, he is competing for the eyeballs of all the people who follow him and follow other people. Well, these platforms are also competing. And what they are doing is they're competing in the market for the top talent. And by talent, I mean content creators. So it is still a bit of a tug of war, like I said, with them to be able to get the best talent and attract the best talent, because that's ultimately going to be the biggest indicator of long-term success and longevity of these platforms. The content creators, the content quality, the new flow, new blood of content creators, as well as the established content creators continue to build on those platforms. And when you're in a market, whether it's jobs, whether it's selling products to consumers, or in this case, whether it is trying to attract the best talent, the best content creators to your platform because they can market for you, well, guess what you have to do in any situation? If you want the best, then you have to pay the best. So, yes, can they change things and change rules and regulations? Yes. Are they incentivized to do that? No. Especially when we're talking about reverting back. If TikTok actually did start paying people less RPMs for the same thing, then that's wild. Because human nature, people don't like to go backwards. That is going to make people resent you. And even if you were overpaying and it was good money, if you take something back that somebody became accustomed to, that is not going to go well as far as how they feel about you and how they feel even about doing what they were doing to begin with. So I don't think that YouTube is incentivized to do that on a business move and as a strategic move. I think YouTube makes plenty of margins, and I think YouTube will choose, based off what I've seen over the years and just over time, I think YouTube is going to look more long-term strategic. What it seems like TikTok is doing is they're being more short-term and they're trying to have more money in their pocket now. But long-term, I think it's going to hurt them. And it's possible that um, they might have already kind of seen the writing on the wall that they may not be able to compete with other platforms because other platforms have adopted um, where they've allowed people to post short form content, YouTube being one of them. And I wouldn't be surprised with all this going on TikTok if YouTube invested more into their short form program and at least paid comparable to what TikTok used to pay. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that just to go ahead and put the nail in the coffin for TikTok and go ahead and put them out of business. And I wouldn't be surprised. That would be a smart move to do to go ahead and start attracting that over, and then they just be an all-purpose platform. Because if you don't know, YouTube is trying to get into. YouTube is doing a lot of different endeavors. YouTube, Google, or Alphabet, which is their ticker symbol, but that is YouTube and Google are the same company under the ticker of Alphabet. So you have to understand that they have their hands in a lot of different pots. And we'll end it here. I'm going long. A lot of different pots. They have cloud. They have which Google Drive. They have Gemini, which we're talking about AI at that point. They have Google search engine. They have They're competing with the cable companies. They have YouTube TV, which is actually, I'm not going to talk about it, but because they don't pay me to promote it. YouTube TV, they're competing with streaming services and cable companies. They're not hurting for money. TikTok is only TikTok. So I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube ultimately just went ahead and used this to be to their advantage. But we'll leave it there for today. If you like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. Also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I am a smaller content creator, we get more points per hype, and it's actually designed for us. So if you could hype, I'd appreciate it. And also, Patreon's link below if you want to see self improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.